All right, welcome back to the project we're working on. And as you can see, we are done with the reform. The reform took us about between 7 to 8 weeks to tidy up. Well, we had some challenges, which I'll still discuss at some point in the video. But again, every project, you get to learn something about it. So we'll be taking a walk through, talking about, the changes we did. And at the end of the video, we're going to be going through the numbers, which I know a lot of people will be interested in. So the first room is the lounge. What we did here is just the basics. We ripped everything off, the old wallpapers, also the radiators remained there, everything was removed. We used to have a chimney here. That was removed just to create a bit more space in the lounge. And I think the finishing looks so good. And again, always going with the white neutral color just helps to create that sense of space within the room. And over here is the dining area. Well, if you want to use it as dining hall, probably like a home office, but it's a good space. Same thing, change the radiators, we remove the old wallpapers, plasterboarded the whole thing, and looking good so far. Okay, we have a little storage here under the stairs. Not bad, a lot of room to keep stuffs. Now to one of my favorite parts of the house, the kitchen. This kitchen used to be ugly, but we were able to, change it to something that looks more modern and classic. I particularly like the, neutral colors, the white, the black handles, the gray worktop. It just gives that sense of, affordable premium. So that's the kitchen. And again, we went with a nice patterned vinyl carpet. All right, so here is the utility room. This space was just more like a storage space before, but now we have made it quite functional. We have installed, a worktop with a nice sink bowl. Again, we used to have the back boiler system, the kind of setup that used to be located in the bathroom, but that was removed and we installed a new boiler. And we had to rerun all the pipes. So just to make it look nice and tidy, we have cased this place up so it looks, more appealing. I think that's everything in the utility room. Nothing much to see. Okay, so let's go upstairs. Again, we replaced all the doors, all the internal doors in the house. Everybody's always going for this cottage design. I think they look good and beautiful on those. Shout out to my builder. He picked all this. Looking good. Okay. Yeah, also we didn't have like a radiator downstairs, so those are newly installed. Okay, so once we get to the top, the first room is the first bedroom, which is the bigger room in the house. I think the thing I particularly like about this room is just the closet. It looks good and it's quite large and spacious, enough room to keep things. Again, what we just did here was, strip everything back, install new plasterboards, ripped out the old carpets, new boiler. And again, when we got this property, it was an EPC-E. And as much as possible, the barest minimum EPC we try to give to our clients is EPC-C. So we had to do, we had to ensure we increase the EPC. So part of the things we did was ensuring that we had TRVs installed on all our radiators. The boiler too is an A+ boiler, so that also helped with the EPC. And the loft is well insulated. We have about 300 mm of insulation in the loft, so those really helped us to boost up the EPC, and we were able to get it to a 74C, which is not bad at all. All right, that's just little storage. Okay, so let's go to the next room. So this bedroom 2, still decent size. It's still gonna fit a double bed, and probably if it's a kid's room, or if you have a kid, can easily be used as a kid's room. Not too much to say. And finally, we have the bathroom. I think I really love the outlook of this bathroom at the end of the day, because what was there before was quite tacky, and now it has that modern feel, everything looking lush. All right, so let's talk about the numbers, because I know that's what a lot of people are interested in. So for the numbers, this property initially was advertised for about £40,000, but we were able to get it as was it £40,000? I can't even remember now. But we negotiated and settled on a price of £35,000. And because we got it for £35,000, obviously, that exempted us from stamp duty, which is a plus. For the cost of refurb, we spent about £25,000 to do the refurb, because we had to put new kitchen, new bathroom, new electrics, new wiring. We also had to buy a new boiler and all that. So with the other things we do normally in refurb, so that kind of brought it up to about £25,000. Now, with the comparables we saw while searching for this property, we can comfortably know that by the time we do the refinance, we should be looking at barest minimum at the price point of about £70,000. So that's not bad. Purchase for 35, now it's what, about £70,000. And based on the amount of rent we'll be getting, we should be cash flowing easily after we have deducted, the mortgage, the maintenance cost, and the insurance cost. We should be cash flowing about £300 per calendar month. So that's not bad at all. Not a bad investment. Again, if you are interested in deals like this, reach out to me. I help people source deals, also help manage the full refurb. Yes, that reminds me, I did say we had some challenges in the property, and again, it further buttresses why you need a good project manager. During the course of the project, we had issues with water leak, contractors coming in and for some weird reason not turning off the tap when they ought to, and you come in at the end of the evening or the next day just to inspect, and you're seeing water everywhere. Those are some of the challenges we had. Again, for you to get things dry, you have to put on the heating system, have to get all those portable heaters full blast, which was consuming a lot of energy. So when the energy bills were coming in, but that's why in every project you always need to have your contingency. You need to have a budget for contingency. If you're new to doing projects, you can budget as high as 20%, but the more you get familiar with projects, that contingency can come down to about 10% of your refurb cost. So a lot of learning points, and I think at the end of the day, I'm quite pleased with the outcome of the project. All right, so I think that's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that lots of people can join our community. Bye.